And good morning. It is Friday. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. How do you feel? Certainly hope you're feeling better than average. It is a Friday. The weekend is here, and wish I had better news, but it will be hot as we head into the weekend. Right now, we're sitting at 73. 92 will be the high. Now, we will have a 101 heat index. We do have a 60% chance of rain that also moves into the forecast after 5 p.m. It's not a big chance, but we know how sometimes 20% chances of rain work out too, don't we? So that's late in the afternoon, our chances of rain. We'll look at the radar and all that. Plus, a little later on, when the gang gets in, we'll discuss the presidential debate. Did you watch last night? Who do you think became the winner? We'll get into all of that this morning as we'll have our political analyst in. That's what we'll have them here, won't we, Odie? They'll be here. They'll be here this morning as we'll find out what the gang thought of last night's performance. Good, bad, or ugly, we'll find out. Right now, let's go to Collinsville as we straighten out the day and try to make a path for a great day. Let's go to Collinsville First Baptist.
If you were to make a list of all the reasons you should be kind to people, there would be several things on that list, right? But according to Scripture, one of the reasons that should be on your list is because being kind to others will personally benefit you. Listen to what God says in Proverbs 11:17. He says, a man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. So how does that work? Well, the Bible says in Galatians 6, whatever a man sows, that he also will reap. It's like your garden. If you sow cucumber seeds, you'll reap cucumbers. If you sow tomato seeds, you'll reap tomatoes. And in the garden of life, if you sow kindness, you'll reap kindness. But if you sow cruelty, you'll reap cruelty. Therefore, you and I'd be wise to do what Jesus said in the golden rule. You should do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Why? Because God said so? Well, of course, but also because the principle of the golden rule leads to another principle that I like to call the golden return, which is this. People will treat you how you treat them. What you sow, you shall reap. A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself. Those are wise words to live by. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. And welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. That girl has arrived, and she's brought a backpack to go up against Greg this morning. And her diploma. She graduated a class. I hope y'all join us. It all begins this morning. We'll have trivia and debates. Doesn't happen without you. Good morning, Janice. So good to see you. Tony is joining us. Guy Coughlin is up. Chris Walker. David Foreman. LaWanda. So glad to see you here. I did read, and this is going to be happening over the next 3 years, Walgreens. Things aren't working out so good. The CEO says they plan on closing a bunch. I think they're saying about a quarter of all their stores are underperforming, and over the next 3 years, they will start phasing out those that aren't making profits. Oh, boy. It's going to make it tough for neighborhoods that are used to having a place to go get their prescriptions. You know, as I sit here and think, I can only think of 2 in the Meridian area that are still locally owned. That's becoming a thing of the past. Think about that. You need that medication. It used to be you had a place in each neighborhood. Those are going away. The U.S. of A., is sending the USS Wasp and Marines out to the eastern Mediterranean. Let's hope everything is calm. We do see that is getting. This is a first, and again, I don't watch enough NBA basketball to know a whole lot of it, but I do think this is probably one of those rare times to where a father and son will be playing on the same team. Now, eventually, they'll probably play on the same court, but Bronny and LeBron James now will be on the same team. That's got to be a pretty good feeling to have your son on the same team with you. So we wish them luck as set new records there.
If he's any good.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know anything about basketball. I really don't. Since Scooby-Doo, I hadn't seen much basketball. They were good on there. The Globetrotters. They were really good. As we look at this, 7 members of a youth group were hospitalized in Utah. They were struck by lightning. Now, they were going to be okay, but they were struck. And lightning is very dangerous. Never forget that. This sort of hits home to our area. We've seen this in headlines as we go to Texas. This is over a period of years. And why did it take this long? 20 deaths at an unlicensed assisted living facility in Texas is revisited after they've arrested the owner for murder. It's over a long period of time that has happened. A lot of that. We saw something in Clark County not long ago that kind of resembled this. After many, many years, what is it, 37 years I see this is happening. Now, remember Teddy Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt? His watch has been returned that was stolen. It was on display in a museum 37 years ago. How it got to the current owner, I don't know, but they have returned it to the family. That's neat after that many years for it to come home. I'm glad that that is done. As we said, we got a lot to talk about when it comes to the debate. I was looking here at the headlines, and it is just full of this. Here's something that is starting. We're seeing increasingly more of this in the United States. And Odie and me and Greg talked about this yesterday morning after we gotten off the air. What is it? All of us now have packages at some point delivered to your home, your front door, your back door. The porch pirates are awful. They're stealing everything left and right, and there's going to be something invented. I do know that there's forms of like a mailbox out front, the old blue thing that you can put out front. People are doing that in some ways, but there's got to be a better way to handle this. But they're even getting braver, as a door knock happened yesterday, and they were posing as the Amazon delivery guy and robbed the home. Knocked on the door, 3 of them rush in and rob the family. Criminals stay up late at night trying to figure out how not to work. Y'all know that as well as I do. That's a few of the headlines that we've got shaping America. I do hope you're feeling good today. We'll be right back as we'll get into your forecast next to let you know what's happening here and around the area. We'll do that all with the weather that's up and coming in just a few moments. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs, record lows, it was 2009. Does it seem that it's been that many years ago? That's over a decade now. It was 102 on this date back in 68. I'm not going to tell you how many years that's been. I don't have enough toes and fingers to add it up. 53 was the record low set on this date back then. Now, as we look at highs today, 91 to 92. It kind of depends upon where you're standing as it goes up to Columbus, 92. As we get into the Delta, a little bit warmer there at Greenville. Not that rain chance like we have here late this afternoon, 92 down to 91 around Natchez is what we'll see there. As we look at Bama, we should see 92 there all the way from Demopolis through Tuscaloosa up to Birmingham. A little bit cooler as we go southward there and past Montgomery down to Troy, Alabama. Those are the outlooks for today. Now, here's the bad news that we've got. We are at a level 1 in the eastern side of the state of Mississippi for today. As we look to our west and south, Laurel, Jones County, it's going to be a level 2. And anywhere as you get past Smith County back toward Vicksburg, those areas up to the Delta is a level 2. What we're looking at our area today, somewhere 101 to 105. As you get into these other areas, it could be 105 to 110. So keep that. As we look at tomorrow, all the way through Monday, it's hot, hot, and hotter for us. We'll be under a level 2 here in the Vicksburg area and northward up 62 through Greenwood and the Delta areas will be a level 3. That's over 110 heat index in those areas, up to 110 in our area. What does that mean? Again, we press this and we push it every day. If you don't have to do any work past 10 o'clock, hold off and wait to do that after 7 o'clock. You're good from daylight till about 10 a.m. and then back off, rest up, and then come back out after 7 o'clock and do the rest of your things that you have to do. It is just too hot out there. And be careful if you work in this every day. I know a lot of you are used to it, but plenty of liquids. As we look at that outlook, the next 10 days, here's what we see. Oh, it's no better. It's hot, isn't it? That 7-day forecast calls for today being 92. And again, that 60% chance should fall after 4 o'clock, after 5 o'clock, somewhere along in those afternoon hours. As we press for tomorrow, we'll have a 50% chance of rain showers. Up 1 degree, about 93 tomorrow. As we move into Sunday, hotter, 95. And look at this, by the time we reach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're at 97, and that's most likely going to be some extreme heat index on that as well. Some folks say heat indices. I'd rather say it like you do, heat index. It's just easier to say. As we look all the way through July 12th, the 4th of July is over by then, we'll see that we got 97, 97, 96. We'll register all of this as hot. Now, as you go back, let's whirl this back. I didn't bring this up. As we look at the 4th of July, it was at one point saying 40 to 50%. Now we're down to a 30% chance of showers as we look at the 4th coming up on Thursday. That is odd having it on the week. It should be on the weekend, isn't it? As we look at the fishing forecast, here we go. If you got to go, Chet tells us to be out this morning. Started about, now 6:35, and it will be good through about 8:30 this morning. Late this afternoon again, right at dark. We'll call it 7 o'clock through 9 o'clock is a great time. The wind's going to be calm wind, becoming south-southwest. Around 5 is what we will have with the wind. So not bad at all on that. Now, what is going on? This is just sporadic. We're watching this. Look at this. We have one of these coming off the coast of Africa at a 90% chance of developing. This is the one we need to keep an eye on. 30% chance here of one that's already entering near Mexico. Here's what we got to watch. Where will it turn? And then followed by a brand new one that is coming about. We got all of the information about it there on the page if you want to go back and read that. 20% chance on that second storm there. It is really turning out to be an active, with all this heat, it just really drives these things. We'll be watching the Gulf of Mexico for you where you don't have to. I don't know where it's coming or not there. Let's go look at radar. We hadn't looked at that this morning, so you can see exactly what's out there on radar. Let me pull this up, and we'll hit that button, and here we go. Our west side of the state, as you'll see, all of this tangerine color, we'll call it that. That's a heat advisory through 8 p.m. if you're going to be anywhere from Natchez, Mississippi, all the way up through the Delta. Those areas back through Monroe, Louisiana, Shreveport. Dallas is even going to be worse as we see that. Norman, Oklahoma, a lot there as well. Tulsa King. We talked about that the other day with Sylvester Stallone. If you haven't watched that, it's a good show there. We are showing a shower or two down around Mobile this morning as we zoom in on this. Pensacola, Florida, getting some showers south of Saraland. A little bit of fog there, and as we come around Ocala, we got some showers there in Tampa as well along that. Baton Rouge, some showers as well. Nothing serious, nothing bad. Again, we won't get our little rain chance showers until late this afternoon after 5 o'clock to give you a heads up on that. Ray, how are you doing from Philadelphia? Terry McWilliams, Stella, so many of you up and stirring today. Now, the morning show is almost here. I see coffee off to my right. They're getting prepared. That's like brain therapy. That's training, isn't it? That's what it is. I see some hoop earrings, and I'm not sure whether it's... Okay, that's not Greg. No one worry. Greg is in training. He's putting on his Rocky Balboa outfit. He's ready for this. Y'all, gold chain. With his gold chain. Join us. 7 o'clock is when it'll all get underway. We'll have the local headlines news. A lot has gone on. Incidents, stolen cars, stolen four-wheelers, some things returned. We'll tell you what's going on in your part of the world. That's up and coming this morning. The Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.